So we're talking about surefire methods to succeed at your goals. So figure out what your goals are. What will it take to help you achieve it? I started to tell you a story about my daughter. So I said, Carly, remember that people don't come to work to do a bad job. Now, sometimes we as managers or leaders of our business, we think that they're just trying to get us, and they are trying to do that. But in most cases, people don't come in and say, boy, I can't wait to jam up that machine and create a million bad parts, because probably they've got to fix those parts. So, it's a matter of we as managers have not given people the tools, the resources, the help in order to do a good job. Always look at yourself first and say, maybe it's me that's causing the problem. And then when you've come to resolution that it's not you, then work on the fact that maybe it's you causing the problem, your reaction causing the problem, or someone else causing the problem. So make your attempt. What will you do if you fail? How will you learn from it? I've always believed that, I when I was young, I kept my baseball stats on this little piece of paper. And if Norm Cash went 0 for 4 one day, I saw his batting average went from 278 to 262. And I figured those numbers out every day. And that served me well over the years, because now I can rattle off fractions and numbers and real well. So it's helped me become a consultant and look at how business is running and start to measure them. But what if you do with your fail? How will you learn from it? There's nothing wrong with failure as long as you take something from it. Use your successes and failure to guide your attempts at your goal. If you say, I can never achieve that goal, break it down into buckets. Start taking a look at smaller pieces of this and how you might be able to attack them and set your goals. For example, you're going to turn around a business, all right? Well, the business loses money. Why don't you set a goal to become break even? And that gets you back to normalcy in the business. And then you can take a look at profitability. Because if you set yourself as a goal to get it, to turn it around by $6 million, how the hell are you going to do that? So it becomes tougher to do. Revise your plan, revise your plan, and revise your plan. The plan's fluid, because you're going to learn so much about what you do that it's going to be a fluid plan. So focusing, motivation, and meditation. So success in life, just think about this. Inner, other, and outer focus, you need all three. Inner focus requires self-awareness. One of the things that has made me successful over the years is the fact that I really know myself. Now, that doesn't mean I always do the right thing, but I know what I'm doing, and I really sit back and assess what I did today, and did I piss someone off? Did I motivate someone? Did I help someone? Did I drive success in the business or personally for someone? So when you're a mentor or a coach, you're looking at how you drive success for someone else, because it's not about me, it's about you. And so that's how you have to focus it. So outer focus is the awareness about systems or the larger picture. You have to focus on what the big picture is and how you drive success in the big picture. But the other focus is really what's important. The other focus is empathy. How does empathy build relationships, and how do relationships help me achieve my goals? Remember, if you're a coach or a manager or a leader, you have to build relationships in order to be successful. I had one young guy I mentored one time, and he said to me, he said, "You're the best delegator I ever met." Now, he was trying to be a smartass. However, that was really a compliment for somebody like me, because I can't be successful by myself. I need to build my team, and I need to make sure that my team's focused on achieving those goals. And how do I do that? I have to make them see the opportunity that's ahead of them. Meditation. What do I mean by meditation? Okay. I've even, I told you I've traveled a lot, and I've told you that I've focused on various careers and process engineering, and I've done some really neat stuff in my life. But I think the most valuable time that I have is my time in the car, where yes, I can listen to a little news, but I can also think if I want to, and I can kind of plan out the day, and I can jot some notes down on what I'm going to do, and I can use the note app on my phone and jot down what I need to do while I'm in the office. Airplane time was always good time for me to sit on the plane and think. Hotel time was good time for me to think about what I wanted to do, what did I accomplish during the day, and what didn't I get done. So take time for yourself to unwind, relax, and think. And always look at yourself as, what do I need to do? How do I make myself more valuable to someone else so that we drive success together? Thinking, challenge yourself. One of the greatest things, I put a little quote in here. Good friend of mine, Steve, wrote this. And I think this was a great, great compliment. And you'll see a couple of these things that I put in the presentation tonight, because I'm really proud of them, and I'm proud somebody said them about me, because I didn't start, with this knowledge. This took years of challenging myself, trying to think out of the box. But Steve said, no out of box or in box thinking. Eliminate the box. Don't even have a box. So the comment that he made, and this is on LinkedIn, and if you can, if you're on LinkedIn, make sure you go get people's comments about you. You'll learn something about yourself, and you'll learn what you can do to make yourself more successful. So he said, Ron's greatest asset is he doesn't know how to think inside the box. To him, there's no box, only countless strings of opportunity. He has the rare ability to drill down to the very specifics of a problem or issue, while keeping sight how those detailed changes fit into the high-level topography. He's constantly thinking of how to improve and how to make a process, an idea, a person even better. That is what I've been trying to achieve my whole life. And my friend could put it far better than I could in how to get things done and how to think. So be balanced, be friendly, be you, be open-minded, be alert, be bold, be genuine, be persistent, and be honest with yourself. Have the right attitude, as well as being them-centric. Because, you hear me say this a lot of times, folks that know me, it's not about me, it's about you. So somehow we're stuck here, Patrick.
Oh, okay.
We're stuck on thinking.
Try now.
So how to act. So thinking always leads to doing. So I'm going to give you another quote by a good friend of mine, and I'll tell you about that in a second, but try to be proactive in your ideas. So we've done some really cool things because we've been able to think out of the box, and we've had a clean sheet of paper, and we've been able to do it. So Youngstown score, basically we were floundering, going nowhere. We've actually kind of resurrected it, have it focused on a mission now, and we present these type of programs every week. And I think they're really cool. A good buddy of mine worked for Westminster College. Had a meeting with him one day and he said, you know, Ron, the ideas that you have, I want to introduce you to a guy named Eric Gaber. And Eric is one of the most excitable people I've met, and he will drive this to success. He'll be able to work with you and help you with this. When we met about Westminster Entrepreneurial Center, this was like all my prayers were answered. We're doing the right stuff. We're doing the right things. We can be successful. And we found personalities that played off of each other. Eastern Gateway Community College Entrepreneurship Academy. We just started it and we're going to be equally as successful. Eastern Gateway has 30,000 students. The thing is, we can touch more people now. So we started to take a look at what we can touch at SCORE, what we can touch at Westminster, what we can touch at Eastern Gateway, and we're growing exponentially. So thinking about what we do leads to doing what we do. And one of the best comments that I had, again, from a good friend of mine, Mike Lewis, who I've done a lot of work with at Cummins. He's a great guy, and he's, I don't know exactly where he's at now, but you know, he's a change agent when it comes to doing things. He wrote that Ron is biased towards action. When I read this, I said, wow, that means there's no procrastination. There's no thinking and beating this thing to death. My bias is towards action, is towards doing something. And that's important because we don't have time to not do things. So he said, bias towards action is the phrase that comes to mind when I think about Ron. I've had the pleasure of working with Ron on a very complex situation to improve supplier on-time delivery. I was impressed with his ability to lead a team-oriented problem-solving approach involving worldwide internal supplier and 3PL facing resources. Additionally, impressed with his ability to install a management review process structure. He's always provided visibility to understand status, what kind of support the team needed. As a result, delivery improved to world-class performance. He's also transferred the knowledge to internal teams, which became part of our standard work to drive continuous improvement, problem solving, and has contributed to improving our organizational capabilities.